All right, we're going to get started here. I don't know if we're going to be able to win this battle, but we're certainly going to try. So we're picking up right where we left off. So anybody who, we've had several new patrons sign up in the last couple of days. So if you signed up in the last few days or you just submitted your requests to me, I won't have them in there this episode because I do that kind of off camera now. So we'll end this episode hopefully outside of a battle so that I can add those things before the start of the next episode. Can I make a battle, see how many entrenchments I can make? I might have to do that in this one if I want to have any chance of victory. So just to review for anybody who might not have been here when we did this stream last time, we ended this battle. And this is what the numbers look like. We have 83,000 men on hand. Our estimate of the Confederate force is 224,000. They are going to work on the kind of obscene amounts of recruiting that's going on the enemy side in the game right now. But for now, I mean, you can see one big benefit I have. He's got 224,000 men, but only 45 guns. I've got almost 200 guns in my 83,000 man army. So, yeah, he's effed. Yeah, it might be. Yeah, fortress mode. That's about it. So all the reinforcements have now arrived. This started out as a much smaller battle, but because of how the reinforcements arrived, we basically have three different battles. We've got the fight over here in Groveton. We've got a fight here north of Sudley Springs, and then we've got some reinforcements that I have into position here, and I know he's got some troops down around Centerville, but I haven't really quite contacted them yet. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Robert, everything is well here in Ohio. We got a little bit of snow the last couple of days, but where I live in Northeast Ohio is kind of just outside of what they call the snow belt. The snow belt's the area that gets all the lake effect, the snow off of Lake Erie. My sister lives in Cleveland, and she had almost 2 feet of snow where she lives on the east side of Cleveland. So big difference between there and the 3 inches or so that we got here. So he's kind of pushing toward my center right now, but not real active. My 1st Massachusetts sharpshooters have panicked. We're going to try to rally these guys if we can. See if I can get my division commander to do that. They were kind of separated from the rest of the division, but I'm hoping we can rally them. Meanwhile, oh man, look at this. He is going to launch a full frontal assault on this side here, and I don't know that that's going to go particularly well. I want to see some generals fired after this debacle. So this is a 4th Brigade, Springfield Rifled Muskets. Same thing here. Holding my center is the, let's see who we've got here. We've got the 1st Vermont. We've got the Canadian Volunteers. I didn't have time to build any fortifications here. 4th Brigade, 2nd Brigade. Lincoln Loyalists. So he's coming at me with everything he's got here, and I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to hold against all that. The only thing maybe I can hope is to see if we can maybe rush some reinforcements up here to help. Let's try to get them up there as fast as we can. That's cavalry, so they'll hopefully get there a little quicker. Is he coming at me here too? Not quite to the level. Let's take a look at the casualty situation. See, again, like I said, this is an estimate. We really don't know for sure that's how many men he has. That's based on my intelligence that I currently have. But casualty-wise, we're doing pretty good. We've inflicted almost 5,000 casualties to the 1,600 he's inflicted. Brain driver's asking to be unbanned. I'll have to go in and look and see where the settings are for that. Participants. I'll have to look because I'm not entirely sure where the settings are for that. But I'll see if I can do that. I don't remember why he was banned in the first place. Skyler Hamilton. Yeah, Zachary. I actually have Skyler Hamilton. Is it in this army? I think he might be a brigade commander, but maybe he's not. He's not in this army. He's in one of the other armies. But yeah, he's Alexander Hamilton's grandson. And the brother-in-law, I think, of Henry Halleck, who we running low on ammunition. My cavalry. So Sickles sent out some skirmishers. I didn't tell him to do that, but hey, whatever. Sickles is gonna Sickles, you know. That's what he does. He does his own thing. But I'm not gonna complain about that. Man, if I had some fortifications here, I think we'd be in good shape. But let me just take a look and see how everybody's doing. This is their first combat, these guys over here on the right. But so far, morale looks good. Only one loss there. Okay, Mr. Beep, thank you for that. Hey, Brian, I'm doing well. I'm glad you're able to catch the stream. So let's go ahead and send Tyler's division up here too as a reserve. It's going to take them a while to get there, but that way if we start losing units breaking here, like for example here, this is going to be a real problem. Phillips, he's taking fire on his flank, and that's, you know, he's just not going to be able to last like that. Let's get de Trobriand's battery firing on these guys if they aren't already. I need to turn here, and I need to kind of fall back here to a position where I can cover that flank a little bit. But what I really need is I just need that cavalry to get up there. Maybe we'll send the 2nd Cavalry over as well. Hold on a second, guys. I'm going to tell you what, Hendrix. You're now a moderator. I'll make Mr. Beep one as well, because Mr. Beep's a mod on the regular channel. So there you go. All right, let's see what's going on up here. He's really not attacking, which is saving my butt right now. And it looks like Sweeney did, in fact, recover. So that's good. Let's just bring them back up as a reserve because they lost 495 men. But we're going to start sending these guys up. We'll keep one division over here just to keep an eye on what's happening in Centerville, because what I don't want to have happen is have these guys march down through here. Maybe that's what I should have Sweeney do. Yeah, let's... Oh, he's gathering for an attack over here, I think. I might need to send Sweeney down to cover. Oh, you know what? We can do that with this cavalry. Let's put them down here just to kind of keep an eye on our rear. All right, we're slowly moving the cav up there. I'm going to put this one battery here. Is this the mod division? No, it's not. Mod division's up defending the line at Groveton, I think. But let's send some more artillery up. Morning, Dave. How's it going? The Rebs got their dander up. If we just handing out moderator, I'll take one. Unlimited power. So right before we started this, I was playing some Empire of Sin. It seems like the in thing to do among strategy gamers right now. Pretty much every strategy gamer that I follow on YouTube has done a video on it, so I figured I had to get on the action, so I started playing it. But I don't know if I'll do a video on it anytime soon because I got so many other things going right now. But I say that all the time, and then I play new stuff anyway. But if you get really into something that I play a couple episodes of, and then you notice I don't play it anymore, just understand that the reason why is YouTube's algorithms penalize your channel when you have videos that don't get watched a lot. So if I notice that a game just isn't getting a lot of views, unfortunately, I have to stop playing it, or else it hurts the rest of the channel. So that's why I have to kind of stick to stuff that gets a lot of views. Like Grand Tactician gets a ton of views on my channel. So does Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Other stuff, not so much. The Aussie Light Horse is in the game. I added them before the last episode. Not entirely sure what army they're in. I want to say they're in the Ohio Department of the Ohio, but I can check once this battle's over. Even with a dedicated base, yeah, the algorithms are a fickle thing, unfortunately. You know, and they penalize things like, you know, people not watching the video all the way to the end, and just a lot of things that hurt it. So that's, you'll see other YouTubers say the same thing. They'll be like, you know, if you want to see more of this, hit that like button and watch all the way to the end, because the more people watch stuff, the more it gets recommended, the more views it gets, unfortunately. All right, so I think we're holding the line here at the moment. Oh, look at this. Look at what's happening here. He's sending guys up. He's going to try to hit me over here. So we've got to get Meade's cavalry up there to intercept these guys as quickly as possible. My cavalry's running out of ammo everywhere. Yeah, so unfortunately, you know, like sometimes there's games that I really enjoy playing. Like Mars Horizon, I'm having a lot of fun with, but it's not getting a lot of views, so I've kind of cut down to like one video a week on that game until it's done. The 1.5 main, I don't. Let me take a look. I'll have to double check. I'm looking at my latest list. I know the 2nd Horse Artillery, the 1st Marine Brigade are two of the most recent ones that I still haven't had to add. I've been able to add because I left off the last episode in the middle of this battle, and I can't recruit new units until the battle's over. But I guarantee all outstanding units will be in by the beginning of the next episode. The old Snapping Turtle is in charge of a cavalry division. Yes, yes he is. Let's take a look. So, man, he's sending a lot. Yeah, we've got to try and get my cavalry to intercept these guys. Centerville looks like it's just a division size unit there, so maybe we'll go ahead and advance a little bit here. I got a watch right over here, though. Man, this whole thing's just a mess because of how the units arrived on the battlefield. Oh, boy. Did he throw back my cavalry over here? He did. And they're just going to... They're going to exit the field right there. And I can't get reinforcements up here. Did he throw me back? Yeah, he threw back this cav too. My cav on both sides fell. Alright. This is a mess. So it's an authentic Civil War battle. That's right. Let's take a look at... All right, so here's the casualties. This is the good news. We've inflicted almost 8,000. We've lost 2,800. But again, he outnumbers me 3-1. So all we're really doing is being consistent with the numbers. But I just had a couple of units that broke. So we're estimating now that he's got about 222,000 on the field. So still about 3-1. See, we're both taking 4% casualties. That is not going to be good enough for me. And he is getting around my flank over here. He's going to go and cover my exit point right there. Yeah, the Rebs did not bring a lot of artillery. Department of Ohio, not since the last episode, because we left off right where we are now. He's sending multiple divisions up here. This is a real huge problem. All right, Tyler, you're going to have to move quicker, as is Meade. I'm going to need you guys to intercept these guys in a hurry. We got artillery moving faster because they're, you know, on horse, of course. So we're going to actually stop them right here before they get into a position where they're intercepted by all these men. But this is a major, major issue that is not going to bode well for me. Go Jackson flanking for that KFC. Where am I going to retreat? Yeah, that's a great question. Really good question, actually. Because this is a retreat point here. Back here, I guess. Looks like that's the place. All right, so let's send the Tennessee Volunteers up here because these guys are coming at my battery. Don't take the road. Go straight. Oh, he's got men up here too. Ah, jeez. Oh, these guys, they haven't received their orders yet, so he just sent skirmishers to just screw with my artillery. This is not going well at all. Yeah, if we can get through this day, I can start to redeploy and maybe give myself a fighting chance. I need really tight battle lines where I can easily reinforce, kind of like the fishhook at Gettysburg kind of thing, where interior lines are small. I don't need the whole First Corps. Just give me the First Division moved up right here. I just need to intercept these guys before it's too late. See, now I'll see what he did. He took over this point right here, and now it's showing as his. He's moving in closer to my lines here. How are we doing on ammo? 13 rounds for Grimbaldi's Guard. Let's pause. Let's give them deadly volley. They've lost, oh my gosh, Mills Brigade. They've lost a third of their men. How much has Grimbaldi's Guard lost? They've only lost 15 men. That's crazy, the difference there. Eagle Brigade. Let's give them sharpshooter because they've got good rifled guns here. What we should probably do is move Sweeney up. Over here we got the 1st Armagh Irish. They've lost 314 men, and Excelsior Rifles have only lost 9 men. So really this is, Mills Brigade has taken the majority of casualties back here. Sweeney's lost 500. So I guess this cavalry unit's covering for nothing here, but yeah, it's only about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm probably going to have to think about a withdrawal. No, this is still day 1 of this battle. It's day 2 of us fighting it. In terms of this being the second episode of the stream that I've been fighting this battle. Let's see the numbers. It's now 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It is December, so I think we only have to get to about 7:30 or so to make it to the next day. Yeah, he's got a unit all the way up there now. All right, Robinson, let's get up there. Oh boy. What is happening here? Man, he's just got so many men everywhere. It's just unreal. And this battery's breaking. Oh no, they're marching now. Where are they moving to? No, I didn't tell them to go up there, but I will tell them to go up here. If they can get through. What a mess. What a mess. He's just got so many men. Honestly, my defensive positions aren't bad. It just, the way that we deployed, the way that we came in from 3 different sides really kind of hurt me, because with him outnumbering me the way he does, the last thing I needed was to be spread out all over the battlefield like I am. And we got guys all over the place running low on ammo. Todd, not yet, but it is on the list. They haven't actually had any new patches to the development patch for a couple of days now. Oh, here he comes. He's going to start moving on my left now. The most recent official patch to the game is the most recent update to the game. It is on their priority to-do list to fix the recruitment issue, but it's not fixed yet. Looking for the Rohirrim. Yeah, if we can just make it to dawn, maybe Gandalf will arrive with reinforcements. Stevenson losing men. Where's that? Yeah, that's that battery. They got wiped out. Send in the paratroopers. Nathan, how's it going? All reinforcements are in on both sides, Matt. Yeah. Both have lost about 150. I've lost 48 guns now because he just wiped out one of my entire artillery regiments, and he's actually working on another. I mean, if you look at the numbers, they're good. 517 killed for me to 2,400 for him. We're doing great. 3,700 casualties to 11,000. It's 5% for both, but he's just got so many more men than I do. Oh. Yeah, I've got 2 PIR units, actually. One of the cool things, and I've mentioned this before, but one of the cool things, I think it's time to get out of here before we get into a worse situation. I have a feeling we're going to start losing more men than he is. And thankfully, we can do a pretty quick retreat here. We just might lose more men in the retreat. One of the cool things about these patron units that I've been naming is that a lot of the people give me background into why they chose the name that they did, which has been really cool because a lot of them are folks with military backgrounds themselves. All right, so what's going on here? We're at 0. We should be retreated, and we're not, and he's overrunning my lines. I need Gerard Butler. The mod division is in the battle. They were one of the first ones to engage in this one. He overran my left when the retreat started, but it's not retreating me. Here they go. Ugh. So we're going to take a lot of casualties in this, unfortunately, because of the way this is happening. It's not... this is bad. Because the numbers... I mean, I'm going to take a lot of casualties unnecessarily here. Oh, now it's only showing my side. Who got wounded? Copeland. I don't even know where he is. Oh, he's the commander of the Canadian Volunteers. All right, they're slowly withdrawing, but it's not happening as easily as I'd like it to. Ugh. Brian, yeah, shoot me a private message on Patreon. That's the easiest way. I'm keeping kind of a running list of the messages I've gotten from people to make sure that I get those names updated as quickly as I can. Oh, why is this not happening? Retreat. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm kind of wishing I just fought it out now because of how this is going. I don't know if that's still a glitch with the 2 battle thing. But I can't even see his side of the... Oh, we lost another man wounded. Wainwright Cadwalader's been wounded. And I can't control any of it right now. Guess they won't accept the truce. I didn't think that was really up to them, but I guess it is in this case. We got units that are still fighting it out and probably losing a ton of men in the process. This is going to turn into like a campaign-changing disaster. All right. Can we try this again now that the day has ended? There, now it'll let me withdraw. I probably should have just tried to hold out to the end of the day to do the withdrawal. Nelson, your redcoats were in there. They were in Groveton. Oh, it ended up a minor defeat, so that's the good news. But the problem is, how many men did I lose? Nelson, the mod division was right at the center of the defense at Groveton, which was actually the one area I was holding up really well. Yeah, I think it must have been because my retreat routes were blocked. That's the only thing that makes sense. You're right, Shane. Hopefully we're not having a glitch here because it doesn't appear to, there it goes. My losses ended up 19,000. They were equal to his. That was a 1% morale drop. Oh, General Custer has fallen to disgrace in the eyes of his men and the public. Oh, wow. That ended up more than doubling my casualties. I was better off just to hold out until nightfall and then withdrawing. Whew. Dang, that hurt. Especially now, because now we're going to be probably withdrawing past Washington. Yeah, we're going to be withdrawing all the way to Fort Delaware, which is largely going to leave Washington kind of unprotected. I'm going to save right here just because I can. What happens if Washington falls? It'll be a major morale hit. I don't think it'll be enough to finish me off. I'm more concerned about the fact that he's got 564,000 men in the field to my 246,000, which is completely unsustainable for me to win. Let's see what the recruitment looks like right now as far as what I can get into the field. Phil Kearney needs more than just a battery command. He should be way higher than that. He's got good stats, and he was probably one of the best generals on the Union side. If he hadn't been killed during the Second Bull Run campaign, he could have really, he would have probably commanded the Army of the Potomac. So we're going to put Romaine Ayres there. We're going to, let's see, let's look at Wool. Wool's decent, though. But all of these guys are pretty good. I'm going to put Phil Kearney somewhere else. David Hunter, not great. I think David Hunter needs to be replaced by Phil Kearney. Hey, there's George Thomas. I love that there's a general called Holder Place. That's kind of awesome. All right, let's put these guys in order of... Let's put them in alphabetical order here. There's, I think Kearney's only a captain. There he is. He lost an arm in, was it the Mexican War? He lost an arm? I think it was. All right. The Honorable General in placeholder still lives. Yes, Burnside was there. Yeah, I would say taking Washington would pull the British closer. They're at 66% right now. Let's see what kind of recruitment levels we've got available. Still not a lot. We've got a decent amount of draftees available, but not a lot of regulars. Let's recruit another artillery unit here. We're going to have to beef up the Army of the Potomac for the next engagement. I want to look at what the numbers look like in some of these units, though, because some of those brigades may really be hurting right now as far as how many men they've got. Like the Canadian Volunteers, you can see there they're down to 1,700 men. Actually, we're not doing too bad because most of them had refit all the way to full before that battle. I'm going to add some more artillery. Let's get a New Hampshire artillery unit going. I don't want to do too much for recruiting because I need to get my patron units in at the end of this episode, but we'll at least kind of go from there. All right. Is there anywhere that I can attack where I've got a decent chance of success that there ain't a bazillion men? Because I know right here, oh, that's right, we're trying to close toward an engagement with equal numbers here in Kentucky. How goes the war effort, Gorfindale? Not great. We just lost a battle outside of D.C. where I was outnumbered 3-1. But we did start a new army at the end of the last episode just to give me another force. But it's end of December now. I think winter quarters is probably the order of the day for most of my troops. Who was this here? That was the Army of the West. We had to pull back there too. So we're sending Grant with the Army of Tennessee up into Kentucky. We've got McClellan's Department of the Ohio here. We've got the Mountain Department making its way down here. That's going to give us pretty close to the same number of men that Withers has in his army. He's got 2 corps. All right, so we've passed our bounties now. During the last episode, I didn't want production. I wanted policies. During the last episode, in the policies, we passed two acts. The Bounties and the Enrollment Act 1. We're working on Enrollment Act 1 now. Once that finishes, those 2 things should both give me a nice boost to the numbers that I can recruit. Operation Relentless Blizzard. Attack Fredericksburg in the winter. Nothing could go wrong, right? All right, let's see. Let's start queuing up another infantry division here. Okay, so now you see we've got 73,000 available volunteers. So that's a big boost. But even so, if we field every single recruit through volunteer and draft that we have available, that still would only get us to about 400,000 men, which would be way short of what the Confederates have. All right, let's get a Rhode Island unit going because we haven't recruited any from Rhode Island yet, so that should happen fairly quickly. That'll be 11 days to get them into the Army. We'll go another New York unit. Let's see what kind of weapons we got. Oh, hey, we've got Sharps rifles. We finally have enough to outfit one unit besides the mixed muskets we've done so far. So I'm going to give those Sharps rifles to some cavalry that otherwise doesn't have something great. So the first main volunteer cavalry. Actually, there's some decent cavalry weapons available here. The Enfield Musketoon, 400-yard range, 3.5 rounds a minute. Let's switch them over to the Frank Wesson carbine. So while we're in winter quarters, we can at least be doing some of these upgrades. Sharps for these guys. And then let's give a little time to see what else happens. What about artillery? We've got 12-pounder Napoleons here and here. I'd like to get some rifled artillery. Nothing available right now. I'll send $5 for Sharps. General Sherman is a corps commander in the Army of the Potomac, actually. So we've got Upton, Gibbon, Duval, and Sherman. So Sherman's right here. He's in charge of about 25,000 men. We got to get him some more artillery. How does he only have 17 guns in his whole corps when Getty's got 23? These are only 6-pounders. We need to upgrade those. We have nothing to upgrade them to. Okay. Who commands the Army of the Potomac? That is Charles Dodge. They're up to 99,000 strong, and if we can get some of these disabled back, that'll improve. All right, so it looks like everybody kind of... Oh, I thought everybody was parked for the winter, but they're still moving. Disaster. Okay, so he took Washington. We kind of expected that, and that dropped the national morale to 58. If it goes below 25, we lose. His national morale is at 105. It looks like his men fielded has kind of peaked for the moment, so that's the good news. He's heavily out investing me in the trade warfare department. Let me look at finances for a second. I don't know why it keeps ramping up my trade war number, because I'm not doing that. I want to invest more in agriculture, definitely as much as possible in industry and diplomacy, because that's how you get better weapons available to you. Our credit rating is great. It's AAA, and that's key, because if you run your credit rating down, then you can't outfit new units, and you can't... We could raise the corporate tax. Oh no, I guess not. That doesn't do anything. Financially, you're screwed if you run your corporate or your credit rating down. There's the Enrollment Act, so that should get me a lot of additional draftees. That's going to hurt morale in the Army, unfortunately, but that's just the reality. My Army morale is about the same as his. So let's see what we've got available to us now as far as recruitment goes. I'm going to add another new unit here. So still, it hasn't gone up yet, but I expect that'll start going up. Give me another draftee unit from New York. How long is that going to take? 86 days. Yeah, Army of the Shenandoah is moving into Maryland. I won't be able to do anything with the Army of the Potomac until they arrive in Dover and they stop. So let's... we got to name this army here. Since they're right there, for now at least, I guess let's name them the... see if I can spell this right. We'll call them the Army of the Susquehanna, just because that's the river that they're at right now. There's not much to that army at the moment, but let's add some more to it. Oh, there come the draftees. We've got 1 million men in our draft pool now that we passed the Enrollment Act. Hello. Yeah, DC is absolutely right. This is something that did historically happen. When Lee invaded the North, there was a bunch of emergency militia that was raised in Pennsylvania. They were like 60 days, I think, militia, maybe 90 days. See, that's the thing, Hendricks, that I'm counting on, is that the Rebs can't finance this. We need to blockade their ports better. But I'm guessing they cannot financially sustain this forever. Let's look at the financial situation here for a minute. You can see they're financially much worse off than we are. So if their credit rating tanks, at some point they won't be able to afford any new units. And I guess we can keep recruitment low now. I don't know why these keep changing, because I'm not auto-managing my finances. But those seem to be kind of operating on their own. Let me look at policies for a second, see if there's anything else I can do. Not at the moment. Oh, we can do this. Government funding too. So this will keep our credit rating good. So maybe financially that's the way we can outdo them. The other thing we need to do is we do need to start building up the blockade. Supply depots and telegraph lines and rail, that stuff I need to do too as well. Is Minnesota even a state at this point? Yes, they are, but they're very much on the fringes, the frontier. There was still a lot of Indian fighting going on up here in Minnesota, because you figure they border the Dakotas, and so especially like northern and western Minnesota is very much the frontier at this time. All right, so where are my fleets at this point? Let's get the Atlantic blockading squadron down here, blocking the entrance to the Chesapeake Bay. Let me slow things down for a minute, too. Home squadron's got 11 ships with 119 guns. Let's send them... Whoa, 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 what is happening here? Oh, yeah, that's what's happening. Is that army on a ship? 60,000 men coming by ship? All right, new plan. We need to intercept that force. No, telegraph. Well, telegraph's auto from the standpoint that if you're in range of telegraph, it will happen. But yeah, you can build telegraph lines. Let's take a look for a second. You can build depots, forts, telegraph lines. So the way the telegraph works is you can see what's in range of telegraph. So if you build this one somewhere within range of the other one, then anything that's inside of that circle will also be in telegraph line. It just means your armies get their orders a lot faster. So we could, but you have to have an army there to actually build the telegraph lines, which is something I'm not going to do right now. Don't want to do that. All right, we've got to intercept this army. We don't even know for sure where they are. That's a question mark. What's he got down here? Did he put Stonewall Jackson in charge of a new army? He did. They have 0% supplies because they're moving. Once they get where they're going and they stop, they'll reestablish their base of supply. I'm not too worried about that at the moment. It's just because they're retreating at the moment still. Anyway, let's go back to the situation here. I am sending some reinforcements to Fort Sumter to hold that if I can. Let's go to our fleets because we've actually got a bunch of ships in harbor that aren't actually applied to any of the squadrons yet. So let's go ahead and drop some of them into these various fleets. The home squadron has a few that are still waiting to arrive, and then we could start building some new ones too. Let's build some new ships. What do we have available to us? Frigates, ironclad monitors, ironclad frigates. Ironclad frigates are the way to go, man. They're sail and steam. They're expensive, so we can't build too many of them. The USS Water Witch, which is just one of the most amazing names a ship has ever had. Let's go ahead and find the... I want to find the Gulf Squadron. Under Mervyn. Where are they? I guess we'll have to do this the old-fashioned way. I think they're down here. Probably near New Orleans. Maybe not. Where's the Gulf Squadron? Are they down here? Yep, there's the Gulf Blockading Squadron. And the dry Tortugas. This is where some of the Confederates that were arrested at the end of the war were held in the dry Tortugas. All right, so let's get up here and blockade New Orleans. And while we're at it, if we're going to have a Gulf blockading squadron, I feel like that's not the commander we want to have for that. Sorry, I'll get to you guys, your chat in a minute. I haven't looked at the chat for a few minutes. Navy. All right, here we go. Hiram Paulding. No, these are not the guys I want. There's Farragut. That's who I want. Give me Farragut in command of that squadron. My credit rating is good, which is huge right now. Are there shore battles? No, but I did see that Fort Stevens is on the new map pack. So they do have Fort Stevens on here now. USS Lincoln's Revenge. I like that. Speaking of Fort Stevens, it just fell to the enemy. So he's now got all the... Now Washington has fallen. I thought it already had because it said something about the city falling. But now national morale is precariously close to to losing. 36 with the loss of Washington. That's huge. We've got to make something happen somewhere. All right. Let's rush some more reinforcements to some of these armies. We've got a ton of men everywhere. I'm going to use draftees right now because I'll use the volunteers for my patron units. All right, Department of the West, 28,000 men. We've got to get some more men in that one as well. Let's get some Missouri draftees in there as quick as we can. How soon can we rush them into the field? 2 days. Perfect. West Virginia, no, because there's a huge army in West Virginia. What else? Let's see. Missouri. What else is near Missouri? Kansas. We can get some Kansas boys in there. Let's look at the armies that are about to collide in Kentucky and see what we can do there real quick. Oh, not Michigan. I want Kentucky. So we're going to rush a couple more brigades there as fast as we can. Let's see how long the second one takes. 15 days. That's not bad. Oh, I got to take a look at what's happening with those fleets, and then we got to make something happen in Kentucky and win a battle there as quick as I can. All right, and then I'll get a couple going in Grant's army as well, and then we'll see where we're at. I can't believe I let McClernand be in command of a brigade under Grant. Iowa will take some time to get into the field, I would imagine. 14 days, that's not real bad. Let's get another Kentucky unit going there. All right, let's see where we're at. All right, there's that Army of the Northwest. He's near the Outer Banks right now. We've got these 2 squadrons coming down. We're going to intercept him. Let's make sure our stance is offensive. That it is. I don't know how many ships he has transporting these guys, but I know he doesn't have much of a navy. So we might be able to stop that army there. We're still waiting for the Army of the Potomac to withdraw. All right, we've got to make a move on Withers. I'm still waiting for Grant to get his force up here. All right, let me catch up on chat while this is happening. Missouri secedes. Oh, just when it couldn't get any worse. Morale's down to 31. His is at 111. His men fielded for the first time has gone down. So that's some good news. I guess that's because of winter. All right, we've got to win a battle. And then we're going to have to get the Army of the Potomac to hold here. If we lose another major battle, it's probably done. But we'll do another Union campaign after this. But when they fix the recruitment issue. So we'll use all the exact same patron units and things like that. Where's the Mountain Department going? Oh, Army of the Shenandoah is in contact with the 1st Corps of the Army of the Potomac. Oh, boy. I didn't think they were ready for combat again. The 1st Corps didn't retreat as far as the rest did. That's why. All right. Here we go. Battle of Baltimore. This is probably going to be fought on the Antietam battlefield. Hopefully we can get all of our units in one place this time. I don't know whether to laugh or cry. Wow. Just wow. And if I withdraw again, I don't know if that'll be enough to drive my morale down to the point where the war is lost. I think as long as I don't lose any more major cities, I'll be okay. Just aim in their general direction and pull the trigger. Lots of targets. Lots of targets. They just added an extra 0 to their number. Gettysburg is on Prime Video. I don't think it's available free on Prime Video. I think you probably have to rent it or purchase it. But I know it's on there. All right. Let's see the condition report here. There's the situation. He doesn't have all 250,000 men, but they're coming soon. Mine, I've got the First Corps and then the Army of the Susquehanna, which means I'm not getting anything else from the Army of the Potomac. We're fighting on the Gettysburg Battlefield, but this is an absolute impossible mission. It's not even worth me trying to engage, so I'm not going to. I need the rest of my corps to force a decisive action. I'm not going to get into a situation where I engage and then my corps gets shattered because I couldn't handle him. See, things would have been okay right there, 35,000 to 24,000. It's all those reinforcements he had just a few hours away that made that an impossible thing for me. Would have been fun to fight on the Gettysburg Battlefield, though. So no morale loss, and now I can withdraw the First Corps. I need to get my whole army kind of stabilized, and I need to be able to move them all at once so I can get them all on the battlefield in one spot, and then I might have a chance. I saw Gettysburg in the theater when it came out. I still remember going to see that. It was one of the first movies I ever went to with an intermission. Yeah, I have to win in Kentucky, Will. I absolutely agree. Defeat at Baltimore. Yeah, I get it. So, see, the First Corps is right there. Now, they're going to... I've got 2 First Corps. I've got to rename some of these corps. So, that's the First Corps there. I'm actually going to... Because the other ones I did with Roman numerals, so... There we go. Duval is... Yeah, I've got 3 First Corps right now. Duval's the 3rd Corps. Sherman's the 4th Corps. There we go. All right, so Dodge is up to 103,000 men when everybody's there, but we're going to need more than that. So let's give Meade another cavalry brigade. These are going to have to be draftees. And like I said, at the end of this stream, I'll get all of the patron units updated so that they'll all be in before we start the next episode. What about, Vermont? Let's add some more Vermont cavalry. Let's see the weapon situation, and then we got to go down and check on that fleet. Yeah, still just Sharps rifles for the infantry. Sure, we'll give the 1st Vermont some Sharps rifles. All right, let's look at the fleet. We definitely have to make sure we can engage them. This is making you cry tears of joy, Phil. I'm so glad that my downfall is bringing you pleasure. All right, and then Missouri seceded because they took St. Louis and drove my last remaining force out of there. Wool's still withdrawing. It's taking a while because it's winter. That's what's taken so long to move these guys. All right, so we're at 30 with national morale now. What I need to do here is I need to look and see what will give me a morale boost. I wonder if there's anything in policies that'll give me a morale boost. Like, emancipation, for example. That's support, but that doesn't give me a morale boost. I don't think that anything you do, except on the battlefield, changes morale. And we do have to worry about support with congressional elections coming up later this year. But national support's good. It's at 91. All right. Come on, Grant. Get your people moving. Mountain Department's almost there. Are these guys moving? They aren't. All right. Back over here. Our fleets are getting closer to whatever's happening here with the Army of the Northwest. McClellan, Grant was not racist. No, fear shot. Absolutely not. And I mean by today's standards, he wasn't racist. A lot of people by today's standards were absolutely racist, and that includes Abraham Lincoln. And Hanson, I do not have a battleship yet in War Thunder, but I'm getting closer. All right, I'll give you that. Probably not so good when it came. I guess I was thinking mostly African Americans, but yeah. And he had that one little thing with the Jews during the war that was really ugly. But he more than made up for that later. All right, there's the funding to policy. See, this army may not even actually be here. This is just a question mark. Okay, they are there. Oh, no, they took Fort McHenry. All right, here's an opportunity because the rest of his army's back. If we can hit the Army of the Shenandoah without the rest of his force, this could be an opportunity. Maybe isolate and destroy just part of his army. Oh, we can't let him take Philadelphia. And let's make sure everybody else... Oh, he's headed for Philly, too. Oh, if he takes Philly, the war's over. No, he's coming this way. Yes, okay, let's engage. Hendricks, I agree. Grant was not perfect. Grant issued an order during... I think it was during the victory. How does he still have 196,000 men? There's no way those guys are in range to be able to reinforce him. Maybe we have time to win the battle before they get close enough. There was an order that he issued, I think in 62 or 63, that basically ordered all the Jews in his department to leave. I don't remember exactly what the order was, and it was almost immediately overturned by the government. All right, we're fighting. Looks like we're fighting on Gettysburg Battlefield. All right, we're pretty even right now. Here's the question. All right, we've got... Oh, it's 12:30. So we've got until tomorrow morning to beat these guys. And that means we've got to be aggressive while still outnumbered, unfortunately. But the good news is we can take the high ground in Gettysburg. The bad news is I don't know where he is. Oh, he's coming from the north. Excellent. So this is excellent news because we can set up our defenses on Cemetery Hill. And hopefully he attacks and doesn't wait for his reinforcements, because then he might force me into a situation where I have to attack him, unfortunately. All right, let's send Meade with his cavalry just north of town to see what's up. Yeah, I've got a lot of color going on. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. That's because these are a lot of patron units. The Irish Brigade here is not a patron unit, but that's one we named. We've got the 51st Highland Brigade, Lafayette's Sons. Those are our Frenchmen. 1st U.S. Sharpshooters, which they need better than 1817 rifle to be sharpshooters, but right now it's the best I could do. We've got the Battalion of Engineers. He's requested that when we get a perk that they have the engineer perk. Tennessee Volunteers, 3rd North Carolina Mounted Infantry. We do have some artillery to get set up here. Let's move Tyler up here over by Culp's Hill, and then we're going to build some breastworks. I need some Scandinavian Vikings, yes. Nathan, yes, the recruitment issue is going to be fixed. For a while, Alexander, centuries ahead of gay rights. Yes, we have a rainbow brigades. For a while, the issue was the AI not recruiting enough, but now they've overcompensated for that. If you're new to the channel or you're new to the game, the last time one of the developers was in here in our chat during the last stream, and he mentioned this is just a couple of guys doing this in their free time. They're not doing this for a living. So one of the reasons why they released the game as unfinished as it was is because they needed some funds to be able to really get this game finished. It's got the potential to go down as one of the greatest strategy games of all time. If it had the backing of a major studio, oh my gosh, they'd be able to get this done so much faster. So we have to be patient with the game because this is some guys doing this in their free time. This is a work of love for these guys, and hopefully they can be successful enough with it that it will allow them financially then to set up a decent studio and then do more games like this in the future and make this game into everything we hope it'll be. So yeah, it's far from perfect, but they're getting there. And I'm doing everything I can to help by trying to get these tutorial videos done. I'm hoping the next day or two we'll see that happen. EA has entered the chat. I don't know. I'm afraid EA would ruin the game if they got their hands on it. Okay, so breastworks. Let's make this happen. We're going to just build one big long breastwork all the way. Can we go any further with it? I think that might be as far as we can go. Oh, darn. I went too far with it, and so it didn't have... Oh, hey. Did someone say parapets? Yes, please. Well, that's quite something. If we can make it happen in time. All right, breastworks at Culp's Hill. Which was something historically that the Union had at this battle. Let's start working on those. Oh, Nathan, I know you weren't trying to be mean. I just was trying to answer the question as completely as I could. Yeah, John, you're right. The problem is if I don't win the fight quickly, I won't win the fight. I've got 21 hours until he starts arriving with massive amounts of men, which means if he doesn't attack me in the next 3 or 4 hours, I'm going to have to go after him because as soon as it's already 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So a good chunk of that 21 hours is going to be spent overnight. So I've got to hope he attacks me. Parapets, you have to have, I think, engineering points. A certain amount of those, and it just kind of depends on what you have available. I think part of it has to do with your generals and what kind of perks they have or what kind of experience they have. Smoky Black Eyes, EA is Electronic Arts, are a major game studio, one of the biggest. A10s? I'd take an A10. Oh, boy. That would change the battlefield in a hurry. How's the artillery coming? Let's park some of them right up here. So we're sending the cavalry forward because I want to try and find where he is. Has he taken any... So he's coming down. This is kind of cool because I came in historically from the side that the Union came in, and the Confederates are coming in historically from the side that the Confederates came in, at least the Second Corps of the Confederates during the Battle of Gettysburg. I've only seen videos of A-10s in action. Shane, I would love to come to Wales. My wife's maiden name is Watkins, which is Welsh. In fact, my family and hers came from villages on the opposite sides of the same mountain in Wales, from Blaena and Ebbw I think in Monmouthshire in Wales. So very much Wales is definitely on the places I most want to visit list. Yeah, so A.P. Hill's 3rd Corps came in down the Chambersburg Pike right here, and the 1st Corps was behind them, and then Ewell's 2nd Corps came down from multiple roads from the north. So we need Meade to find out what's going on. I'm going to send him further north. We may have to move all these guys north and try to engage him. Tasmanian Walrus, new battle maps were recently added. They've got, I wouldn't say they're random, but they've got a number of, like they've got a map from Kansas. They've got one from West Virginia that's been added to the game. If you look at on their website, they've got a list of the 10 maps that are in their what they call Battle Pack number 1, and a few of those had already been added to the game previously, but I think all 10 of them are now added. So the good news is my morale is 10 or 20 points higher than his. So that gives me better odds of being able to drive him off. The bad news is I don't think I'm going to be able to wait for him to attack me. Is this a Steinward battle? No, Trisha, sorry. We're fighting in the east. Also, you're in Caerphilly. Yes, I know Caerphilly well. My wife's great-great-grandparents, actually her great-grandfather, was born in, I think, right near Cardiff. They were actually, her Watkins family, before they came to America, were living in a town, if I can pronounce it right, I think it's called Manedaislewin. It's got a whole bunch of Y's and D's and W's in it. Phil, try not to enjoy yourself over the Confederate victories too much, my man. All right, we're going to have to send. I love that we're able to build parapets at Cemetery Hill. I don't love that we don't have time to enjoy them, because I've got to win a battle before the day's over. Here he is. Okay. And if I can't entice him to attack me, then unfortunately I don't have a choice. But let's see what we can do here. Get these fortifications built, boys. We're going to shift everybody over. Maybe I can get my cavalry to get him to come back at me. All right, Meade. I want you on an evade order here. I don't want you to kind of engage. Oh, he's got artillery setting up. It's almost 2 o'clock, which is the thing that concerns me here. I don't know that I've got time to wait. But if I lose this battle, I'll probably lose the war because the door's open to Philadelphia. Actually, yeah, Todd, you make a good point. The Battle of Gettysburg started with 2 cavalry brigades on the Union side trying to hold off Confederate infantry marching down this road, engaging outside of town over here around McPherson's Ridge. So let's see if we pull back, if he will pursue. Yeah, why is my artillery not deploying? I'm not entirely sure what's happening with that. Unlimber, boys. There we go. You usually don't have to give the unlimber order manually like this, but for some reason there we did. I want to move these guys up a little bit if we can, though. So we've got 12 pounders there. And Napoleon's here as well. Only 9 guns in that unit, 18 here. Sharpshooters are going to have to be the ones that are out in the open here. And we need everybody. These guys have muskets. That really sucks. But that's the reality right now. Everybody long range. Look at the field of fire for these guys. I love that. All right, Irish Brigade, get in right here. I'm hoping he'll pursue me. If he doesn't, I'm going to have to attack him. Pleasanton or Stoneman? I'm a Stoneman guy. If I had to pick between one and the two. Oh my gosh, Mr. Beat. My son says that all the time. Beat, beat, I'm a sheep. God bless Hank Williams Jr. I'm a Hank Williams Sr. fan. Had some good stuff. In fact, when I play, it seems like so long ago now because I do music in nursing homes. But right now, of course, that's not happening. But one of the songs I do is I Saw the Light because the old folks seem to really like that one. I wandered so aimless, life filled with sin. I wouldn't let my dear Savior in. And I like, what's his name? He played him in the movie. Played Loki in Avengers. I like Tom Hiddleston, one of my favorite actors. I really like him a lot. And I thought he did a great job playing Hank Sr. in the movie. Yeah, Hendrix, and what I do is they have a lot of folks who come in and kind of set up in like the cafeteria area where they can come to them. What I do is I actually I go around with one of their coordinators from room to room to visit the people who are confined to their rooms or don't get around much, who don't otherwise get to enjoy that stuff. And so what I try to do is I know a lot of variety of music. So I'll do Garth Brooks stuff. I'll do Elvis. I'll do Buddy Holly, but I also do Ed Sheeran. Do a lot of Christian music, worship songs if that's what they want. And then I usually ask them. I ask them what kind of music they like, and I try to play something that they like. And it's a very rewarding experience. I had an experience not too long ago, and I don't talk much about religion on the channel, and I don't mean to offend anyone who maybe is an atheist or agnostic or anything like that. This is just me talking here. I had an experience a while back where they took me in to visit a woman in a room. She wasn't any older than me. I'm 43. She couldn't have been older than me, but she was dying of this degenerative disease, some kind of an inherited thing, and they said she didn't have long left. She couldn't move or speak. She could only move her hands a little bit, and she would use like a tablet to communicate with. So I sang the song I Can Only Imagine for her, which is about heaven, basically. And the way her eyes lit up was just an experience I will never, ever forget. I don't think it was MS. I'm not sure what it was, but like she just really connected with it, and she passed away a couple weeks later. And it's something I'll never, ever forget, being able to do that for her. In that moment, I realized, how important it was what I was doing. Thank you, Tasmanian. I appreciate that. Actually, Zach, that's one of the songs I sing. It's one of my favorite Garth Brooks songs, actually. And I think that was like his first single. Is he not pursuing me? Am I going to have to march out of these parapets and go after him? Can we kill some people to cheer me up? Yeah, John, yes. If you're familiar with Hamilton, there's like the saddest part of Hamilton is when his son dies. And then right after that, they have a scene where James Madison walks out and he tearfully says, "Can we get back to politics?" So I hate that I'm going to have to do this, but I really don't have a choice. It's getting to be 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm going to run out of daylight if I don't attack him. Come on, fight me. Benjamin, that's very cool. Alright. Let's deploy some skirmishers. Because it's the thing is, even if I do attack him, I'm concerned now I don't have enough time to defeat him before it's too late. Oh, I hate that we have to do this. But our morale is better than his. That should give me an edge, I'm hoping. I had such a great position there, too. And I could have sat tight if the numbers weren't so much to my disadvantage. Because we are defending here. We're trying to keep him from hitting Philadelphia. I just don't have that option. Bayonets! Most dramatic cavalry charge of the war. Ooh. I don't know. Would it be Yellow Tavern where Jeb Stuart was killed? One of the ones that gets talked about a lot is Custer's charge at Gettysburg. But we were just inventing trench warfare. That's right, Tricia. You're absolutely right. Alright, we got to hit these guys. They're up near Blotcher's Knoll here. I'm pulling a Captain Sobel. Boy, you know, the last person you ever would have expected would be Ross from Friends to do a great job in a dramatic role. But man, did he not pull off Captain Sobel in a powerful way? I mean, he loved to hate that guy. I think he embodied him so well. Zach Smith. There's always a ton of Zachs here, by the way. That's kind of an ongoing joke, is how many Zachs there are. This is the battle for survival. If I lose this battle, I may lose the war. The Confederates have a bazillion men. They took Washington because I had to withdraw, outnumbered 3-1. And now we're fighting in Delaware. And if I don't win this battle on the first day, he gets about 150,000 reinforcements, and I can't beat him. And he'll march into Philadelphia, and that'll probably be enough to end the war because my morale is precariously close to a loss, as it is. All right, dismount. Oh yeah, Brian, I love that scene. Captain Sobel, we salute the rank, not the man. Damian Lewis is one of my favorite actors. He's also in Homeland. He's in Billions, which my wife and I are absolutely loving right now. Where's the Russian winter when you need it? Thank you, Zach. I appreciate that. Oh, we got to turn off the evade order, too. All right, we're good there. All right, we're going to have to push just because we don't have the luxury of time. Phil, I think we're probably more likely to see the Confederates win the war before we see Delaware or Maryland join the South, because he won't have driven me out of those states. That's what I'm hoping, Dave Edwards, is that my artillery will force them to make a move. All right, we're going to move forward a little bit more. Are these guys in a position where they can fire? That's my question. They might be too close to these lines. No, it says they're firing. We're going to move the infantry up a little bit. Tennessee volunteers are nervous. That doesn't bode well. Is he pulling back? Oh, come on, you jerk. Get up here and fight. Phil Kearny's first time as a division commander. I've mentioned this before, but kind of an awesome story. my great-great-great-grandfather, when he immigrated to the United States in 1848, he came from Birmingham, England. 2 days after he arrived in New York, he enlisted in the Army, the American Army. And as I was looking at his enlistment record, the enlisting officer was Captain Kearney. And so I had to look it up because I wondered if it could be Phil Kearney. And it turned out it was, that in 1848, Phil Kearney was working as a recruitment officer in New York City. So Phil Kearney is the guy who signed up my great-great-great-grandfather in the Army in 1848. Zach, I think it is limited to the slave states. Missouri just seceded. Kentucky is still in the Union, as are Maryland and Delaware. All right, so here's the situation. We've got objectives. We've got the morale in our favor. What we need to do, though, is engage. Only one of my guns is firing because we're too close. No, all of you need to move. So we're going to move up the cavalry first, and then we'll kind of move from left to right from there. We've got to get him to engage us and drive him from the field as quickly as possible. Long range. Oh, it's 4:30 already. We will have a little bit of time in the morning to engage, but not a lot. And once his other units are on the field, it's game over, because then I'd have to drive them off to win, I think. And he knows that. He knows that I need him to engage. The good news is he's still in range of my guns. So I don't need to move the guns, at least not yet. We're not anywhere close to in range. Is he pulling back again? I hope not. Let's bring the Irish Brigade's already got orders to move. Kenny, there's only an Iron Brigade in the game if I put one in the game. I do have an Irish Brigade, and it's under Thomas Maher, who was historically their first commander. We're still waiting for that big engagement to happen in Kentucky, but we're not going to get that far if we lose Philadelphia. All right, we got to get these guys dismounted. Oh, we got to turn off their evade order too. Still just the artillery that's firing. Come on, turn and fight me. I think if I cause just a few brigades to retreat, that might be enough. Oh, we got a brigade that didn't advance. Robinson. Now we're going to have to move the guns up. I mean, they're still in range, but I'd like to get them closer. Alexander Pendleton, what, on the Confederate side? Let me look. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Well, it's either that or it's his father. I could look and see. Overview report. Here we go. Army of Shenandoah. I think that's who we're facing right now. Rockbridge Artillery. Yeah, Captain William Pendleton. That's Alexander Pendleton's father. All right, now we're engaging. Where'd the Tennessee Volunteers skirmishers go? Get them out there, boys. Robinson's still not moving. Come on, get up there too. I wish I had better guns. If you see that red, that's good news for us. That means some of these units are already suffering from something. Being outflanked, bad cover, things like that. If we can quickly cause a couple of these guys to break, we'll be in good shape. Time is not my friend. Thank you, Hendricks. Appreciate that. You wanted to surrender, right? Yeah. Hey, Jordan, thank you. I appreciate that. I mentioned this at the top of the stream. All of the new patron units, because I've had like, I think 4 new patrons sign up in the last couple of days, are going to be added at the end of today's stream. So they'll be there. They will have been recruited when I start the next stream. And if you're on Discord, join us on Discord. I just created a new channel on Discord where I'll post the schedule of upcoming videos, what's coming, what day. And I do try to post about when the streams will be on YouTube as well. So if you have your notifications on, I will post that and you'll know when these streams will be. If I do lose this campaign, I'm going to do another Union campaign. Probably won't be live streams, but it might be. I don't know. And we'll just start right over where we were. We won't turn up the aggression. We've already broken 2 of his units. That's really good news. We're at a minor victory right now. Feeling good about this. Zach, that's a quote from Stonewall Jackson in Gods and Generals, isn't it? I love that quote. It's interesting because if you've seen Band of Brothers, there's a similar quote, though on the surface it doesn't seem similar. I think it's Spears who says something like, "When you accept that you're already dead, then you can fight." And that's kind of what Stonewall Jackson was saying as well. As he was saying, it's not really up to me when I die. And if everybody understood that, they'd all be equally brave. It's the same kind of thing. It's just a very much more pessimistic way of looking at it. Darn it! This is the bad thing about nighttime. It's only 5 o'clock in the afternoon and we're already at the end of day. Now, who withdrew? Oh, he had somebody. Oh, my army of Susquehanna arrived. Okay, let's look at the situation real quick. So for the next 3 hours, I have 3 hours to do this. Darn it. I waited too long to advance. And there's no way I'll get my army of the Susquehanna into the field in time. Oh boy, this is bad. So we really, really have to push this. Problem is I can't retreat. If I retreat, I lose Philadelphia. I can, however, redeploy some of these troops. Let's see. So let's redeploy closer. Let's keep these guys. Actually, we're going to push Tower over this way. Put Martin there. Bring the guns up closer. Why are these skirmishers facing that way? Looks like another one of his units is breaking. Let's push Tyler up here. Actually, we're going to put Tyler over here if we can. Let's roll back his flank in a hurry. Put Maher behind him right there. If we can break him quick, he'll retreat and we can still win this battle. We've got 3 hours to win this. He's going to charge into me. Break him. We're at minor victory right now. I need the cavalry to hold over here. Let's Let's move Martin up a little bit. These guys have to break. This is where I'm kind of putting my hopes. The Highlanders, the Frenchmen with Lafayette's sons, the Irish Brigade. So we've got the Irish, the Scots, and the French all fighting side by side. Love it. Love it. Our skirmishers are actually behind, though. Let's move them up. When I redeployed, I deployed the main lines in front of the skirmishers. He's out on my flanks, but I'm hoping that's not going to matter. Glorfindel, I'm putting all my eggs in the basket of defeating him before the reinforcements arrive. If I don't defeat him before the reinforcements arrive, I'm screwed anyway because I'm going to be outnumbered 10-1. So my only chance is to cause this force to break in the 3 hours before they arrive. Just not sure I'm going to have that kind of time. We'll get 2 hours on Wright's Corps. Where's my reinforcements? Not that they matter. Here they come. I need these guys to break very soon. Kenny, there's a bit of a unintended boost to Confederate manpower, which is the reason I'm kind of losing this right now. Because there's just so many of them. They're gonna fix it. Give me one brigade. That's right. The rear brigade's not firing. Who's that? That's the Irish brigade. Oh, they're not in range. That's the problem. He's about to be in range because he's marching Jackson's brigade against me here. Let's move him up a little bit. Come on, break these guys. Do it soon. Smith's about to break. Let's turn Martin on him. Problem is Dana's detachment not looking good at the moment. Tennessee Volunteers are nervous, and if they break, that's a problem. Come on, Mar. There, now they're firing. Blanchard's gonna break soon. He's taking massive casualties. Oh, Reed, what are you doing? Turn that way. Guys are making me nervous. Did I capture? Oh no, those are my guns. I just moved them up. Not entirely sure what my skirmishers are doing here. Oh, they're reattaching is what they're doing. Alright, there goes Blanchard. That's good. This is not happening fast enough, but we have moved to a major victory. We've still got about an hour and a half before reinforcements arrive. Alright, let's press this. I hate to be this aggressive, but I have no choice. Especially when I'm outnumbered. I think Dana's detachment is reattaching, and these guys already have. Reed's facing the wrong stinking way. Alright, we just broke another unit on his right. So his right flank, or his left, is collapsing. We've got to push it forward now. That's kind of what I was hoping for. Man, I just need another hour or two. But I think I've still got time. If we can just push this dial all the way to the left, he will retreat. Where are we at? He's at 9.6. He's lost on routes now. Gotta keep pushing forward. Let's get Maher to reattach his skirmishers. Because they're getting in the way of me being able to order the Highlanders forward. We're going to swing like a door. That's right. I love all the quotes from Civil War movies here. Maher's been great. He does need a promotion. I agree. James, so glad you could join from Minnesota. Hope it's warmer, or at least not any colder there than it is here in Ohio right now. It was pretty cold. My kid's bus was a half hour late this morning. You know, kind of short on bus drivers, and we have a huge district. And so they stood in the like 20-degree weather for like a half hour. It was brutal. And they're down the street, so they had no way. Finally, my daughter came back and told me, so I drove the car up and got them in the car for a few minutes before the bus arrived. $8:40. All right, I think we're good. I think 10 o'clock is kind of the magic number for us. If we can roll up the rest of these brigades, I think he'll break. As an army, I mean. I'm worried the Tennessee Volunteers. Oh, let's get them up on that fence. Let's see if that helps. Oh, there they go. I think they're pulling back. We did it, boys. We did it. I think we did it. He's retreating. When you see them all start moving like that, that's the first step toward a withdrawal. Nice, Dave. Hey, Alan, take care. I'm going to be wrapping up here at the end of this battle anyway. But I think, yep, we got it. We've got it. Just in time. I mean, we had like an hour to spare. Now, I could have brought some of these guys down, but a lot of this army's not even there yet. There's only 3,000 men here. Now I can get back to playing some Empire of Sin. That's what I'm going to be playing in my spare time. That was a desperately, desperately needed victory. Because now these guys are going to retreat back into Virginia. And that's the way I'm going to have to defeat this Confederate army until I can get some of this million draftee army put together. Right now, I've just got to hold the line. I'm going to have to probably build some forts outside of Philadelphia. Oh, come on. Why is this retreat not happening? Where is it? Give me the notification before his reinforcements arrive. Yeah, I'm starting to worry that myself, Zach, about whether or not he's going to retreat in time. I feel like he's already given the order, or we wouldn't be seeing that happening. But I could certainly be wrong about that. I'm just worried we're going to see that notification. 1 hour, 2 hours. Let's see the strength report as it stands. Pretty even. We caused 18% casualties and only lost 3%. No, not the guns. Not the guns. Come on, where's the retreat order? It's not quite to a major victory all the way. I'm really nervous that we haven't seen the notification that the enemy's retreating. Charge into those guys. No. Okay, Stuart withdrew. I thought we were seeing... No, I guess the arrow points to the right when there are arrivals. We're just waiting for his units to get to the retreat places, I guess, is the issue here. Oh, no. Okay, that's another withdrawal. So, Brockenborough, I don't even remember seeing Brockenborough's brigade. Get out of here. Go, go, go. All right, good night. Good night, Crazy Warrior Cat fan. Yeah, let's go grab that objective right here. There. Okay, a bunch of his units are withdrawing now. Oh, that's the artillery. We don't want to grab it with them. All right, most of his brigades are off the field now. That should do it. Who's left? Man, this is going to be so close. I mean, they're literally going to finish retreating as the other ones arrive. Ugh. I hope he's just not pulling that force back. And then he's going to... Okay, there. Just shift it a little further to the left. Grab those objective points. Oh, boy. Who's left? Come on. Oh, I'm really nervous about this. There, the objective point switched. I think he is waiting to fight me with the other guys. Oh, this is bad. Go get those guys. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh. And there it shifted. Did you see that? It shifted back to a minor victory. Oh, I'm done. I'm so done. 59,000 men more men just arrived. Just as his last units from that other force left the battlefield. I mean, if that had been 20 minutes sooner, I think we'd have been okay. And now another unit arrives. And now it's back to indecisive. To the trees! To the hills in this case. Oh. Unreal. Unreal. So now we got to pull back. And now his morale is almost as high as mine. Wait, he's still withdrawing, though. And it's shifting back to minor victory. And more troops just arrived. That's Magruder. He might still be withdrawing. All right. We might not be... This might not be totally lost yet. It seems like he might still be pulling his troops out. Let's watch and see if more of these withdrawal dispatches arrive. Meanwhile, we pull everybody the heck out of here. He is. He's pulling everybody back out. I think we're okay. All those guys that arrived are withdrawing. I think the morale was broken. I think since he had already given the order to withdraw, it affected all those troops as they arrived, I think is what happened here. All right, Kearney, pull your boys back, but I think we've got this. Yep, now we're back to major victory. All right, I think we're going to be good. I think we're going to be okay. Condor calls for aid. Enemy is retreating. There it is. We did it. We won a desperate victory when we had to have it. That was huge. That was so close. 200,000 men. Get out of here. And here's the thing. Because those other guys arrived, I think it's going to cause all of them to withdraw. This is Sparta. So I think they'll all withdraw. That's going to buy me some breathing room and allow me to kind of get the Army of the Potomac sorted out. We also got a nice bonus to experience and morale, which is huge. Drinks ready in my room. You know, it's funny because the alcohol in our house is hidden in my kind of man cave down here where I record. So, yeah, it's only about 10 feet away from me. So that might be the time for that. Benjamin, I'm glad you enjoyed the live stream. That was fun. That was probably my favorite battle I've ever fought on this game because it was everything. The whole war was on the line. It came down to moments, glorious victory at Newcastle, driving back the Confederates when we needed it most, and now we've got a bunch of recruits that are going to be available to us, and we can start recruiting. I'm going to wrap it up right here. I'm going to get all of those new patron units recruited before the next live stream. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Turn on all notifications. That way I will post when the next stream will be. It'll be this weekend, Saturday or Sunday. And we'll pick up where we left off. If you want to be a patron and get a unit in the game, you just have to sign up at least at the captain level on up. If you sign up as a major general, which is a huge commitment and I know is not for everybody, then you can actually get a whole division, and you can name not only the division but all the brigades as well. I'm actually making more from Patreon than I am from the YouTube channel itself. So you guys are literally helping me put food on the table for my family and buy presents for my kids for Christmas. So thank you. Benjamin, it's $10 a month is the captain level to get your own brigade. But every little bit helps. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being a part of the stream. I had a ball with it. I hope you did too. Make sure you hit like on your way out. We'll see you again soon.